Good afternoon, boys and girls, and children of all ages, and welcome to another exciting episode of CertaPro Painters. Oklahoma City presents Montez at midday. And I'm your host, Dre Montez, here on this Motivational Monday. How is everyone doing? Let's raise that roof a little bit. Raise that roof. This is my type of weather here. This is my type of weather here. I'm liking this view right now, looking out the window, observing the neighborhood, the pet walkers, the people working in the neighborhood today. It is a Metropolitan Sewer District Day here in South City. But how is everyone doing today? Hope you had a great weekend. Hell of a sports weekend. Hell of a sports weekend. If you are celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you celebrated a birthday over the weekend, happy birthday to you. Happy anniversary to you if you celebrate an anniversary today. And if you're off today, hey, Mondays are the best day to be off. I got the crew here with me. I got Jordan with me. And I got my man Willie with me. Willie and Dre. What's happening, Willie? Willie and Dre up here on this day. All right. High fives. Chest bump. Let's hug it out. After a good night of sleep, an outstanding night of sleep, getting my walk in this morning, I feel good. To all the morning walkers out there, people got their workout in this morning. Shout out to you for sure. Shout out for you. What's today? Best Friend Day? And today is Best Friend Day, National Best Friend Day. It's every day there's always something. When did all these days come about? Who started the trend? Like Pet Day, Daughter Day, Oldest Kid Day, Left-Handed People Day, Zodiac Sign Day. That's your birthday, isn't it? I mean, we get all these different days. Donut Day, Hot Dog Day, Popcorn Day. Who came up with all these different ideas? I wonder what today is around the country. Is it Best Friend Day is what they're talking about? Oh, that's buddies that are not for profit. All right, good people. Let's get to our pillars of the day. We're going to let it go. We're going to ignore them. Give it time. Don't compete. Stay calm. It's on you. And laugh. You got to laugh. You got to laugh for sure. You have got to laugh. Laughter is it's very therapeutic. It gets it out there. It's like pretty much getting things off your chest that you hold in sometimes. You're afraid of the way you may get it off your chest, but to get things off your chest, to me, goes up there with the same thing as a good hug and a good laugh for sure. Good folks, good people. Again, I hope everyone had a great weekend. We did some adventurous things over the weekend. Shout out to my dude, Prophet Marley. Had a chance to be on someone else's show. I'm telling you, all my podcasters and live streamers, going on other people's shows. Go on as many shows as possible if you're doing podcasting and live streaming. It is so much fun. And shout out to my dude, Philip. An incredible studio this young man has over in North County. I will share it after the show on my social media, his business card. Maybe you guys need a producer. This might put your thing together for you. Outstanding job. It was a lot of fun. Chopping it up with people on their show, going by their terms and their standards, and sticking with their script. That was a lot of fun over the weekend. It really was. Also, over the weekend, it was my grandmother who passed away a few years ago, her birthday weekend. So it was a joyful, emotional Saturday. You know, missing a loved one, but you celebrate their life. I mean, they were just great people. She was a good person, great person. Babysat everybody known to man. There's so many people that know my grandmother, know of her, and they love saying that name, my dear, Mother Dear. I'm telling you, it was a great Saturday that I had watching the draft and reflecting on my grandmother's life. It was just a great, great weekend that I had. Jumping on another show, celebrating her life, and observing the NFL draft. Speaking of the draft, how did your team do? How did your team do? Did you do pretty good? Happy birthday to you, Amelia. It was your birthday weekend. Thanks for tuning into the show. Shout out to you. But how did your team do in the draft? How did you do during the draft? Did you watch the whole thing? Did you forget about it? Were you focusing on one player, that dude, a particular school? As a Denver Bronco fan, I needed this draft. I think when Bo Nix transferred from Auburn, getting up under his daddy's wings and name and going and create his own story at Oregon or Oregon, wherever you're scoring at home, I think that was the best decision that he made. The Broncos getting Bo Nix, and I know we just got Zach Wilson from the Jets, but picks, the initial reaction when your team drafts a player or you hear a player going somewhere, the initial reaction, the first 6 to 12 hours, it's kind of off the charts. And then you figure out how to make it make sense on what your team did. I mean, we got a quarterback, we got a receiver, running back, a tackle, a guard. Then we got 2 receivers, a quarterback, a guard, a cornerback, a running back, and another lineman. So I think Denver attacked the needs, not the wants, the need. We need this. We need these positional players. I don't know what the love affair is with Utah, but apparently we like Utah colleges, apparently, because Broncos going there like crazy. But I'm satisfied with my team did. I give them a B. No B minus, no B plus, just the letter B. I'm giving them on that. I think the Houston Texans, the Washington Commanders, the Rams, the Raiders, and Arizona Cardinals, I think they had a pretty decent draft. I really do. I really do. And what they show us for us television-wise to see in the draft, I like the way they were giving us the war room more than ever this year. I like seeing the interaction, the pretend conversation, the real guy working the notes in there, who's really in control in the war room. And as I said before, and Roger Goodell agrees with me, he said it, not me. Well, I did say it. I said it about 15 years ago, that the NFL draft should travel. It should go to various cities. When it was just stuck in New York for all those years, I didn't like it. As it's traveling, there were people lined up Friday in Detroit, lined up at 10 o'clock in the morning. There were people outside. The draft didn't start to 7 o'clock Friday. That right there. And then Roger Goodell came out and said, we thought the big draw for the NFL was the Super Bowl. People want the draft. That's 3 days of money. That's 3 days of money. It's not one game. This is 3 days of straight cash money coming to your city. I don't know why we can't have it here. They have it at Ballpark Village. Build a stage right there. We have it at Bush. Not the Dome. No. Fuck no. No. They had the opportunity. We need the draft here in St. Louis. Maybe we can talk to the St. Louis Sports Commission, possibly reach out to throw a fishing line their way and see if that may be something they want to. Has it even been in consideration? Has St. Louis ever been in consideration to host the NFL draft? I would love to know that. I would love to know that. But Detroit showed out. They showed out with that damn draft. I mean, that is the fandom that was there. How many of you were watching that like, damn, I should be there. I want to go to the draft. I mean, it was the perfect, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's beautiful. It was a great weekend. It was a phenomenal weekend. Watching the lives of players and families that's about to change. The awkward moments that happened during the draft. You saw the mom bend off the white girlfriend. You saw the receiver the Carolina Panthers got. That's our first real, true water boy in the NFL. I like that Cajun talk. I think he's going to make a whole lot of money off of being himself outside of the game of football. I think more endorsement deals are going to come that young man way than life itself. Godspeed. And the only player I saw get drafted whose family was not happy was the kid the Raiders picked. His family looked like the mom was clapping like, had that fake ass smile going on. Dad was totally pissed. I think they had plans for him to work in the family business, whatever that is, but they did not want him to go to the NFL. That was probably the most unhappiest situation since that young man announced he was going to Florida State at his high school announcement, and his mom got up and walked away. Can you imagine announcing on national TV, letting everybody know what college you're about to go to, and your mom gets up and walks away because you didn't pick the school she wanted you to go to? Can you imagine that shit? Can you imagine getting drafted in the NFL and your family is not happy? Man, I need more content from that whole situation right there. That was a weird situation to look at. And the parents' reaction, I love the parents' reaction when their kids get drafted. Now, moms are different. Moms are totally different with what their kids do when their kids turn pro. But when a son gets drafted to the NFL and the dad is there, those celebrations are the ones that, not the ones that even played in the NFL and their kids go in their footsteps, but the dad's reaction to their boy going to the NFL. I love seeing shit like that. I do. Makes my day. Kind of makes my day for sure. But I enjoyed the NFL draft and everything that it had to offer me for its content, the visual aspect of it, just the overall Thursday, Friday, Saturday, what the NFL provided us through viewership in Detroit. Outstanding fucking job. Outstanding job. I enjoy it. I haven't enjoyed staying at home 3 days in a row like that in a long time. In a long time. Like, I pushed everything out the way to make room for the draft because I wanted to watch the draft. I wanted to be a part of the draft. I wanted to go to the draft. But maybe next year, because they're in Green Bay next year. So maybe road trip. Moving right along. So during the draft, I found something out that I did not fucking know. I don't know everything, and I would tell people that in a heartbeat. As a former military man, Navy, yes, I had no fucking clue that I know we got the Army, Air Force, Marines, Navy. I'm going to mention this one time on Coast Guard. I'm going to let you in there. Those are the only branches of military that I know of. I had no damn idea we had the United Space Force. What is that? What the fuck is the United Space Force? Where's the boot camp at? What does their uniform look like? I was blown the fuck away. Never heard of it. Never seen a commercial for it. I have never heard of the United Space Force. United States Space Force. What do they do? When I saw that, I was like, wait a minute, time out. When did we create this new division of military? I'm not talking about the Coast Guard either, and their Department of Transportation, by the way. When did we create the United States Space Force? When? What's the uniform? What's their motto? What are they doing? What were they at during the eclipse? I have so many questions. Do either of you know anybody that's in the United States Space Force? Where's the boot camp? How long is training? Show me the uniform. I thought it was a sick joke that I saw on TV. Space Force? What? I know that movie they did with Steve Carell about the Space Force, but I've blown away. Speaking of blown away, the NBA playoffs. Anthony Edwards is a different type of animal. He just wants to kill everything in front of him to get his. These youngsters are moving these old motherfuckers in the NBA out the way. Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard can't even stand up for half an hour. The Lakers are done. They're not. If they come back and beat Denver, that'll blow my damn mind. And for Denver to be defending NBA champions, they are a boring-ass team. Denver is very boring to watch in basketball. They got the best basketball player in the NBA, and he doesn't even like basketball. He doesn't even like basketball. That's crazy. This man is playing in the NBA, toying with people, doesn't even like basketball. That is wild to me. Can you imagine if he did like basketball? If he did want the NBA life, can you imagine? This dude does not like playing basketball. He don't like all the other extra bullshit that goes along with the game. He just wants to play basketball and go home. That's it. But for the face of the NBA, I think Anthony Edwards wants it. I think he should be it. He 22 years old cooking like that. I never thought we'll be talking about the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Indiana Pacers, and Oklahoma City Thunder the way we are now. We're not talking about Golden State. We're not talking about the Lakers, and we're not talking about Phoenix. Phoenix got that broom put on. You got KD, the real deal Bill, and y'all got swept. D-Book, that big three got swept. Can you imagine if Karl-Anthony Towns was healthy? I'm liking that Minnesota Timberwolves team. I like the NBA playoff commercial where they got former players of those teams that are in the playoffs with the current star, like the one they got with KG and Anthony Edwards. That's fire. That's fire right there. Whoever did the promo for that job, well, damn done, huh? But I'm enjoying the NBA. I'm enjoying the Knicks series. Man, I didn't know Johnny Kemp could play basketball. I mean, Brunson. That dude, 2024, he scored the most points in New York Knicks basketball playoff history. Look, just think back, all the people that played for the Knicks when they got in the playoffs. 47. I think the New York Knicks and the New York Rangers are kind of thinking it's 1994 again. They thinking it's 1994 again. The hockey playoffs is where it's at. They about that action. Hockey playoffs be lit. I don't care if you don't like hockey. Just watch the hockey playoffs. Just watch. And what's tonight? Monday? I'm going to keep a bingo card. Weekday playoff games in the NBA and Major League Baseball. Well, the NBA and hockey. I am going to pay attention to how many kids are at these games on weekdays. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday games. Thursday and Friday don't matter. You can do anything you want to on Thursday and Friday. But I'm going to keep my eye out on how many kids are at these games, because the observant eye wants to know how these kids get in these damn playoff games. I mean, they're young, too. I'm not talking about teenagers, kids. I'm talking age 7 to 10. They're at these sporting events. I have questions. We're going to take a short break here and have a word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub. Get your scrub on. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Be right back with more. CertaPro Painters presents Montez at Midday. The word from our sponsor, Mountain Man Scrub. Get your scrub on.
Mountain Man Scrub. As smooth as a river flows. MountainManScrub.com. Get your scrub on.
All right, good folk, good people. Welcome back to the show. Did you miss me while you were gone? There it is right there. America. We're here. It's Motivational Monday. We're looking out the window with a beautiful view that we have, a beautiful South City. Oh, the Sunshine State. Gorgeous. This is my type of weather right here. You can watch a movie. You can clean up. You can take the food out. You can grill out today. You can do whatever you want to today. Matter of fact, do what you want to today. How about that? Do what you want to today. Yes, I have Willie right here with me. And the call is the law. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Battlehawks, man your stations. That was a beatdown. That was a beatdown right there. The Battlehawks. Good job over the weekend, guys. And by the way, it looked like Battlehawk fans are traveling. Did you see the Battlehawk fans that were there at the game? Did you see that? So, this coming week, we got to do it again at the stadium. We got to show up and show out. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, baby. We got to do it. We're going to show them how to do it for real. Now, there are a couple of teams that are challenging us with attendance, but we still whooping ass. But as far as the tailgating experience, if you haven't been to a Battlehawk tailgate, don't say I ain't warn you. You're going to have the time of your life. You're going to have the time of your life. You're going to forget there's a football game going on inside. All right, good people. Moving right along. We talked about the fact, I found out Saturday that the military has a branch of service called United States Space Force. Had not a clue. Not a clue. And we also talked about the reaction to the draft, or is your team, the parents' reaction, mom, dad, or the single parents out there, or the culmination of the people that was there in a celebratory moment with these young men as they got picked up the weekend. And now comes the interesting part, figuring out, will these players that our teams pick, will it make sense? Will it fit in? Who's going to make the cut? Who's leaving? All of that. Speaking of leaving, when athletes retire, it's tough. It's tough because especially the ones that you appreciated their craft. They were a great athlete and you appreciated them playing ball. WNBA star Candace Parker announced her retirement. I have been a fan of Candace Parker since the McDonald All-American game. And of course, she went to Tennessee. Rest in peace, Pat Summitt. Won 2 national championships there. I'm a Tennessee Vols fan. That's my women's basketball team. It has been since 87, I believe. I started following them. The great Shamiqua Holdsclaw. I saw the national championship in Charlotte, North Carolina when UConn and Tennessee played each other. I met Rebecca Lobo. She's that tall. That tall. But I enjoyed Candace Parker's career. On the court, beast. She dunked in college. She dunked in the pros. She dunked in high school. She was that deal. Her and Pat Summitt's relationship, how they played a chess match, so to speak. When she won a national championship, when she won a WNBA championship, and Pat Summitt had passed away that year, she dedicated that championship to the teachings that she learned from Tennessee and through Pat Summitt. But Candace Parker, you go, girl. I appreciated your whole damn career, and I love your thing that you're doing with the NBA on television. So get your flowers, girl. Get your flowers. So next up now, we got some youngsters. We got some youngsters out here making some noise. Look at Major League Baseball. Look at the players in Major League Baseball between the ages of 21 and 25. The young Major League Baseball players right now, look here. I don't think AAA, minor league ball is thought about the same way anymore. No. I think the new baseball is pushing young talent fast because that young talent now, through select ball, through travel ball, and through to college ball, it has all changed. All the demographics have changed the way that they're doing things now for us building today's baseball player. We talked about it last week, how base running is not what we taught when we played Little League. Your batting stance is not what we thought it would be when we were little kids anymore. In fielding the ball on the infield, putting one knee down to get the ball, that is not the technique anymore. The new baseball, what these young bulls, these young guns are doing, is quite impressive. It is very, as an older person, I was with the whole formula of single, double A, triple A pros. I was with that. Get you here. Now you're ready. Not to going back and forth. You got to go back and work on this. You got to go back to work on this. Well, you're not quite ready yet. Now we're getting a little bit more consistency with the movement up. In years past, with your Major League Baseball time of service, that was a thing that the Players Union was talking about a few years ago, like how baseball clubs are ruining these athletes' lives by that time of service bullshit when it comes to you getting your money in Major League Baseball. But I'm starting to like it. I understand it. Matt Holliday's son got sent down, but hey, that's a learning curve, though. That's a learning curve. He's still young enough to still make an impressionable impact with the Baltimore Orioles this year. But the young baseball players that I'm seeing, wow. I'm 22 years old, throwing 102 miles an hour. What in the when I was young, your coaches used to tell you, you don't have to throw hard all the time. You have to be selective with your pitches and your arm strength and utilizing your arm strength when you have to. That was the message then. Now, it's 3 digits. Every time these guys, that's why that URL injury is very prevalent right now in Major League Baseball. So hopefully they can keep an eye on that and get a little bit more control under that in the watchful eye of Major League Baseball. All right, moving right along. You ever have a bad sports day? Just a bad sports day. Like gambling. A bad sports day, that's every sport you're losing it to me. Like you gamble in hockey, baseball, basketball, and football. In all of your bets. That's a bad sports day. Right? That's a bad sports day. I mean, can you imagine going the whole damn college and NFL season? You gamble every weekend and you don't win. Can you imagine saying to yourself, everybody plays self-lottery, but you don't really go buy a lottery ticket. You have numbers in your head and your numbers hit and you get mad at yourself. Can you imagine picking 6 games over the weekend? You wrote it all down. You picked 6 games over the weekend, and they all won. And then you found out if you would have placed that bet, you could have won $1.2 million. But you didn't place the bet. That is a bad sports day. I wanted to scream, yell, cry. I could not believe that I forgot to hit send. All I do is hit the fucking button. But no, I didn't. It's like that picture I posted on Facebook today when I was at the Cardinal game. It was a home opener a couple years ago. I was so high. I came out of the bathroom, and there's a camera crew right there, but they're talking to people live on the news, but I'm walking by. Can you imagine coming out of the bathroom and you see a news crew? I'm like, what's going on here? That was funny, but I cannot believe that was my bad sports data. I forgot to place a bet, and all 6 teams won. Total winnings would have been $1.2 million. I think when things happen like that, things happen for a reason. There was a reason I didn't place that bet. I don't know why, but we will figure it out for sure. Most importantly, kids, I want you to do something good for you. Do something for yourself, not other people. but do something for you. Be appreciative of things people have helped you with, done for you, open doors for you. Speak to people. Say thank you. Don't just nod your head. Say thank you to people. Tell them how appreciative you are of them. Let them know it's okay to be nice. It's okay to say thank you. It's okay to say you're welcome. The bottom line is let's appreciate the details of the day and let's appreciate each other even more. In the words of my great grandpappy, I want you all to have a great and wonderful motivational Monday. It's your boy Dre Montez, and I would like to thank you all for tuning to today's show. CertaPro Painters presents Montez at midday, and shout out and prayers to the folks in Oklahoma and the tornado areas that were affected over the weekend. I just saw some horrific video footage from over the weekend. The storm chasers that got caught in that tornado, man, that's an emotional video. They survived it, but whoo, man, I just cannot imagine something that massive in the sky coming towards you. And there's tornadoes, tornadoes, tornadoes. All right, good folks. Thank you again for tuning into today's show. Until next time, we will holler at you later. Peace, good people, and thank you again for tuning in. All righty, good folks. And we out this joint. Peace, good people.